Please don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you like-minded individuals more content. Remember to click on the bell to be notified when we post next. So this is our first cruise which has involved international travel and not leaving from a home port in the UK in 25 months. Now there is a bit of paperwork for UK cruises. There's COVID testing that needs to take place before boarding. There was and still is some places that require passenger locator forms to be completed. If you add to the mix any changes from local governments, it can be quite a stressful arrangement. But this time we've also had the added fit to fly test to arrange. Now our original booking for this cruise was flying out to Miami on Monday, April 4th to stay until Friday, April 5th where we would embark the ship. We then saw a really nice trip on Virgin Voyage's Valiant Lady from Friday, April 1st to Monday, April 4th, which we went ahead and booked before realising that it meant it would be a mad dash from Portsmouth to Heathrow to fly to Miami. If we were then to add in all the testing that would need to take place, it would just be completely crazy. So we decided it would be best to move the Miami trip by a day and fly out on Tuesday, April 5th. As you know, we then moved the Virgin trip to go on the Mermaiden voyage, and the vlog for that will show in the end credits as well as in the description below. It's been quite stressful to say the least with having to find somewhere to do a COVID test for the flight and pre-cruise. We then found out through Facebook that our first port of call, King's Wharf, Bermuda, need us to complete some form and pay $40 just for the privilege of travelling in the waters. You have to do it even if you're not getting off the ship. So don't get me started on the website they built it on because it's not anything web friendly. So it's Monday afternoon, our suitcases are out of the cupboard, we're waiting for the QRED rep to call us to do our video for the Fit to Fly tests. Once they've been done and we have the Fit to Fly certificate, packing will commence, because it is only logical not to have to unpack should the test be positive. So our tests were complete, our certificates were returned, and our information was loaded into the Verify app. We pressed a check-in button on American Airlines, and we're all set. Negative test, so packing is good to go. Luke and Leia, as always, wanted to jump into cases and come with us. We stopped for some dinner and to watch a couple of episodes of Married at First Sight. It was then time to get some shut-eye. Luke decided to cuddle up next to me and use my left bicep as a pillow. The next thing I know, the alarm gently pulsed and it was time to get up and pack the last few pieces and put the electricals into our carry-ons. Showered, fully packed, some cuddles from Luke and Leia, and off we departed to the tube. The first leg was 3 stops on the Victoria line, followed by a change at Green Park to catch the Piccadilly line all the way to London Heathrow Airport. It was an uneventful journey on the tube. We arrived at Heathrow and headed to check-in, dropped off our luggage. Luggage drop-off was quick and painless, and then we were herded through security. It's the Easter holidays in the UK and there was lots of families travelling, and therefore stoppages whilst kids are being checked and not following instructions. After security, we went for mooch around shops in Terminal 5. We sat in the pub. It was the only place that didn't have lines for days. We ordered breakfast and waited nearly 45 minutes for it to arrive. We got a message from Chris and Ian to say that they'd arrived at the airport. We then met up with them 30 minutes later in the concourse. Although we are on the same trip, we have different flights and we also have different hotels once we get to Miami. We grabbed some water and the boys got some lunch. We sat and had a chat before we had to head off towards our gate. We boarded the flight and they couldn't turn off the heat whilst it was being refueled, and my goodness, it was like sitting in a sauna fully clothed. We left around 30 minutes later than the scheduled departure time. You know that I'll always make it back up in the air anyway. So viewers, switch your devices to airplane mode, get ready for takeoff, and we'll see you again at 33,000 feet. The seats are compact compared to other airlines, some of the functions don't work well and really should be checked for maintenance. The entertainment system on the flight had a nice selection of movies. The only snag is that the seats for premium economy are still so close, and the headphone and USB socket are behind you, and they're so far back that you have to get out of your seat, get onto all fours, and put your phone torch on to make sure that you plug it in the right hole. Ooh, missus. I put on Dear Evan Hansen, and within moments the trolley service started. Lunch was some beef dish, let's just leave it at that. I enjoyed the cheese and crackers because it was la vache qui rit, which is also known as the laughing cow. The white chocolate top billionaire shortbread was delicious. Paul didn't want his, so I had it. The film finished and I was dozing on and off during it. I played some games and music on my iPad mini and was writing content for the blog. The captain made an announcement to say hello from the flight deck, and his name was Ken Burns. If you know, you know. One of the others in the flight deck was called Bill Head. Quite a few hours into the flight, and I started to feel it was time for a snack and a drink and was just about to hit the call button, and they arrived with drinks, pretzels, and a tub of chocolate ice cream. The flight map on the screen showed that we were flying over Nova Scotia, and I immediately wanted to go to the window to see if I could see Tyler and Todd's geodesic dome. With 4 hours to go, Special Victims Unit Season 22 was on the entertainment system, so I watched quite a few episodes of that. About an hour before landing, they came around with some more food. It was a Greek-style pasta salad with eggplant and asparagus, breadsticks, some fruit and melon slices, and a lovely chocolate dessert. Viola, our cabin steward, was always so helpful and so much better than Valerie, who had had on a previous American flight, who just kept asking ice with drink, meaning ice. We landed at Miami around 5:30 p.m. at local time. We got off the flight quite swiftly. We headed to the immigration hall. It was a little bit like Disney World as you snaked up and down the queuing systems. We were waiting for our turn and then we were asked to move as the team swapped around for breaks and there was only around 10 windows open for non-US residents. Paul got flagged as per normal and was taken for secondary processing. I went to get the luggage from the carousel because in the past it's been moved or we've had someone try to walk off with our case because it was similar to theirs.
1 hour later.
I waited in that hall for over an hour and 30 minutes until he finally texted to say that he was on his way. And other people had actually missed their connecting flights, etc. because of this. We got out of the airport, we got into a taxi to take us to our hotel. The driver was rather rude and asked if we were paying by cash, which I said no, I'm going to pay on credit card, because we don't carry cash due to the pandemic. He was, well, I get charged and the company take credit card processing fees, so please can you add a tip to it? So hey Brits, welcome to Miami. We explained that in the UK during the pandemic and still now we are not using that much cash as currency. As we got nearer to the hotel, the driver said he needed a pee and he was going to stop at a gas station. Paul got out to go to the ATM to get him some cash. As we got back in the car, the driver switched on some aircon, which we hadn't had before. Paul texted me and said, oh look, pay cash, you get aircon. We got to the hotel around 8 p.m. local time and we were both exhausted. A quick check-in at reception and then we went up to our room. Check-in was straightforward and we had a very good service from the girl on the desk. It's an okay room for a Hilton. If you want to see our hotel and room review video, they will show in the end credits as well as being linked in the description below. We dropped off our stuff, relaxed for a bit, then went in search of something to eat. We knew there was a Walgreens nearby, so we took some time to have a look in there, and obviously to get some root beer. Yes, I had lasted this long without one. We grabbed a couple of pizzas from Pizza Hut, which were so hot that instead of eating them in, we took them back to the hotel room and had them in the room whilst the TV played in the background. I then went for a shower before bed to try and shake off the day's travel. Chris and Ian had texted to say that they had landed. We were both tired, so it was time to plug in those devices to charge, and then time for us to head to bed after a long, tiring day. Let's get under the covers and snuggle. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified of our next episode as we explore the shops in Lincoln, the Gucci house, Oglabera Palace, and try to find somewhere to do a COVID test prior to the cruise. See you next time. Thanks for watching.